So guess what? Last week I gave my first session about data health online, and it was really a great experience. To share this experience with you, I decided to put out some snippets and show you these snippets in the following video. So stay tuned.
The picture on this slide was chosen on purpose because when we talk about data health and data governance, I always have the feeling that we are talking so much about tools that we do forget about the people. But in my opinion, if we do not heal this fires at the moment and do not have a closer look, we will not be ready for AI in the future, and AI will make everything worse. The key question is, why didn't you see it before? You see a lot of numbers, but you do not get a real feeling on the first glance if you look at the table. If you compare it to what visuals can do, visuals are the superheroes in data communication. What I can see often then in organizations is that the messenger more or less is killed, because there were some people stating they had an Excel file, and in this Excel file, everything was fine. But the real truth is Power BI did not break the data. The data was broken all along, but it was not visible in the tables. The reality was at the end, I have never seen data in such a bad shape. The truth is, I think they did not define the data quality. They were just not talking about what data quality means in their special business case. Because if we think about data quality, there are some general dimensions we can use to define data quality. You can measure all of that, but without knowing your business case, you cannot say my data quality is good or it is bad. So to find your context and to make a statement about the data quality, you have to be curious about the business case. Means you have to go and talk to the business users and find out what they really want. Funny thing I often hear is that people think that there is this one magical place in an organization where data goes bad. But the reality is that data quality goes bad everywhere in the organization. So you can say in an organization, no tool will be able to fix the data quality. And if you want to fix the data quality, you definitely have to go back to the process and fix the process first. Because in all the processes, people are the source of the data. And so these people also must be part of the solution. So if you want to fix this process now, you have to include the people and ask how they are working, find out what they need, and define with them together how you will make this process better. And the most important point in this chain is you have to give people a purpose to care about the data. The key question now is how we are doing that, or how can we do that, or how can we find out if our data is healthy. Recently, I was at a customer because we had a requirement workshop for a dashboard. And what I heard there was really nice because they told me, Jasmine, since we have dashboards, our data quality has really increased because we finally started talking about the data, because the dashboards enabled us to see that there are issues that we did not see before. And then we were able to talk about these issues because everybody could see the same in the data visualizations. And then we decided that we also can build a dashboard to measure and increase the data quality in some critical points, which does not mean that you should always use Power BI, but you can Power BI to do that. And this is what I want to show you in the next step. If you want to do so, data checks in Power BI, not all of these checks are easygoing. Some things can be checked very easy, and I will show you how I did this. And what is really complex is the traceability and the integrity of the data. And you can see here, to check this part, you need business know-how and you need people. So if you go from left to right, the amount of how much you need people is increasing. And if we go one step above, then we are no more on the data level itself. We go to the integrity, and the integrity is all the question, is our data model right? And I think I was asking several times if all the data is loading into the Power BI and into the semantic model are in the cloud. And the answer I got each time was, yes, of course, they are on Azure. So, and what I did then, I was opening Power BI, I was setting up a data flow, and I was copying in all the queries. And they did not have a data gateway because all the data was in the cloud. I was running the data flow and I immediately got an error. So I was checking the sources, and the first source I got was C, which is not cloud in this case. It was just this local drive. And this is the reason why when we talk about data quality, we also have to talk about data lineage and traceability, because nobody should load local data in his Power BI. And here's the most important point, because often people ask then in organizations, why should we make this effort? It's costly, we need time, and nobody needs that. But you can see in this example, if we would not have run a data health check, we would not have seen that 68% of the data have a data issue. And much more important, we would have lost 36% of the revenue, because in 36% we cannot deliver anything. So if we fix that, we can increase our revenue about this 36%. So you can see here that it was really important that we did that. The benefit is there. You just have to go and search for it and make it visible to all the others. So as a wrap up, you can say now we can do a lot with tools, but people are the key and very important for the success of data health. Dashboards can make the invisible visible. They can do much more than tables. And visibility is the first step to get data trust in organizations. But people are both. People are the source and the solution, which also means that communication will beat data every time. So you have to go and talk to people before you do something with the data. Look at the data and also have focus on the data health in this dashboard or in this data set. And then find one person who's part of this data journey, of this dashboard or the analysis, and start talking to this person about data health.